Hi, so if you're watching this video, it means that you got stuck on question number 7. And this is a little tricky because this one kind of takes a different approach to getting your variables. So it says it took Cindy 2 hours to bike from Abbott to Benson. So here she is at Abbott, she's going towards Benson, and it took her 2 hours. The return trip took only about an hour and a half because she increased her speed by 6 kilometers an hour. So I noticed that I don't have a rate for her rate from Abbott to Benson, but I do have her rate from Benson to Abbott. The question, so then she went from Benson to Abbott, so she went back. So this is one involving a round trip because that's basically what she did. So the distances are going to be equal. So that means that distance 1 is going to be equal to distance 2. And that's interesting because it's asking me how far apart are Abbott and Benson. So I'm actually looking for a distance. The problem is I don't have any distance to start with. All I have to start with is a time and a rate. So this is one where I have to find the rate to help me find the distance. So I'm going to let my variables equal the rate. So I'm going to let R equal Cindy's rate, Cindy's speed, from Abbott to Benson. And on the way back, she increased her speed, so that's going to be R plus 6. She increased by 6, so from Benson to Abbott, that's her speed. I go to my chart, and I got my D equals R times T. D equals R times T. All right, so my rate on the way there is R. My rate on the way back is R plus 6. My time was 2 hours for the first one. My time was 1.5 for the second. All right, so that means my distance, I'm going to write my distance in terms of R. So 2R and 1.5 times R plus 6. Now, the distances we said were equal because it's a round trip. So that means that 2R equals 1.5 times R plus 6. Now, I have to do the math. So I'm going to distribute that 1.5 R and I. So 2R equals 1.5R plus 9. Now I'm going to do some more math. So I'm going to subtract that 1.5R. And I get 0.5R equals 9. Okay, so now number 1, I want you to make sure that you understand that 0.5 is 1/2 as a fraction. Now, most of you are grabbing your pencil and you're going and you're dividing by 0.5. And I want us to think about what that means. 9 divided by 0.5. And I actually rather look at that idea as 9 divided by 1/2. That's asking how many halves are in 9. Okay? So you have to be very, very careful here, but I want you to think about that. That means I'm going to need more because there's 2 halves in every whole, and now I have to do that 9 times. So I want you just to think about why it makes sense that your answer would be 18. Okay? All right, so my rate is 18, but that's not what I'm asked for. I'm asked for the distance, so I got to do something with that. Well, since the distances were equal, I can pick either of the 2 distances to plug in the rate. And I'm going to pick this one. Why? Because it's just easier. So I'm going to do 2 times the rate, which was 18, which is going to give me 36 kilometers. All right, guys. Hope that helped.